Hey there, America. Remember that giant pile of gold we're supposedly sitting on? Yeah, the one in Fort Knox. Turns out it's been a while since anyone's actually laid eyes on it. Like a really long while. We're talking decades. And that, my friends, is where things get interesting. See, Fort Knox is kind of like Area 51 for gold. Lots of rumors, not a lot of answers. Today, we're diving into the vault and asking the tough questions about what's really going on with America's gold. Some folks say it's all there, every last ounce. Others whisper about secret tunnels, government conspiracies, and maybe even a giant gold-plated hamster wheel. Okay, maybe not that last one. But hey, at this point, who knows? Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to embark on a quest for truth, justice, and the shiny, shiny stuff that makes the world go round. Let's talk numbers, shall we? Fort Knox supposedly holds a whopping 147.3 million ounces of gold. That's like a whole lot of bling. We're talking enough to make Mr. T jealous. Now, the government values this gold at around $42.22 per ounce, but here's the kicker. Gold prices have been going through the roof lately. We're talking record highs. At current market value, that gold is worth a mind-blowing $760 billion. That's enough to buy, like, a small country, or a really, really big yacht, maybe even a yacht big enough to hold all the gold. But here's the thing, the government doesn't seem too keen on updating the value of its gold. They're clinging to that old $42.22 price tag like it's a winning lottery ticket. Which, let's be honest, it kind of is. Now, you'd think with that much gold on the line, we'd be keeping a pretty close eye on it, right? Well, here's where things get a little hairy. The last time anyone did a proper public audit of Fort Knox was way back in 1974. That's right, 1974. Nixon was president, bell-bottoms were all the rage, and disco was just starting to rear its ugly head. Since then it's been radio silence. The government claims they do internal audits every year, but come on, people. That's like trusting your dog not to eat your homework because he promised he wouldn't. No independent verification, no peace of mind. Enter stage left, Senator Rand Paul, a man on a mission to uncover the truth about our gold. He's been raising a stink about the lack of transparency, and frankly, he's got a point. Now, Fort Knox isn't just some giant safe for shiny rocks. It's a sprawling military base covering over 109,000 acres. That's bigger than some small countries. We're talking tanks, helicopters, the whole shebang. Oh, and did I mention it's also home to the Army's Human Resources Department? Yeah, apparently they handle all the paperwork for Uncle Sam's fighting force, so it's not exactly the easiest place to just waltz into and demand a peek at the gold. But that hasn't stopped people from trying. Over the years, everyone from presidents to celebrities to conspiracy theorists have clamored for a glimpse inside the vault. Section 5. Players in the Gilded Game, from Trump to Musk. Speaking of people wanting a peek behind the curtain, let's talk about some of the key players in this whole gold saga. First up, we've got former President Donald Trump. Love him or hate him, you've got to admit the man has a nose for gold. He's even talked about visiting Fort Knox himself to make sure everything's on the up and up. Then there's Elon Musk, our favourite billionaire space cowboy. He's thrown his hat into the ring too, with his Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, announcing plans for an independent audit. And of course, we can't forget about Senator Rand Paul, the OG gold truther. He's been on this case longer than most, and he's not letting up anytime soon. Section 6, Gold and Global Race. How does America stack up? Now, you might be wondering, how does America's gold stash compare to the rest of the world? Well, hold on to your hats, folks, because we're in a global gold rush. Central banks around the world are gobbling up gold like it's going out of style, and with good reason. The global economy is about as stable as a Jenga tower built by a toddler. Gold is seen as a safe haven, a hedge against inflation, and a store of value when all else fails. So, while America might have a hefty pile of gold, we're not the only ones who see the value in a little bit of shiny security. Section 7. Trust but verify the need for transparency. Look, I'm not saying there's anything fishy going on at Fort Knox. Maybe all that gold is just chilling there, gathering dust. But wouldn't it be nice to know for sure? Transparency is kind of important when you're talking about the nation's wealth. It's about accountability, trust, and making sure the American people aren't being sold a bill of goods. A little bit of openness goes a long way, especially when you're dealing with something as universally coveted as gold. Section 8. The future of gold, a safe haven or a relic of the past. So what does the future hold for gold? Will it continue to be the ultimate safe haven, or will it go the way of the dinosaurs? That's the million-dollar question, folks. Some experts say gold is on the verge of a major comeback. Others think it's a bubble waiting to burst. One thing's for sure, as long as there's uncertainty in the world, there will always be a demand for gold. Section 9. Conclusion. The gold standard of trust. At the end of the day, the mystery of Fort Knox isn't just about gold, it's about trust. It's about the government being upfront and honest with its citizens. It's about knowing that the promises we're being made are backed by something real, something tangible. So here's hoping that one day soon the doors of Fort Knox will swing open, the cameras will roll, and we'll finally get a glimpse of that glittering golden treasure. Until then, we'll just have to keep asking questions, demanding answers, and maybe investing in a really good metal detector.